world is flooded with books on food and feeding. No one seems to realize that eating is not natural but an acquired habit, like smoking and drinking, and that air is the cosmic reservoir of all things, including the substance that builds and sustains the human body. Science shows that the body is built of cells, which are composed of molecules, which are composed of atoms, which are composed of electrons, which are nothing more than whirling centers of force in the ether. Electrons do not eat. Atoms do not eat. Molecules do not eat. Cells do not eat. And the body is built of and sustained by the cells and not what man eats. More proof that eating is not only a habit but a bad one appears in the fact that a sick man often begins at once to recover when given no food and even shows signs of growing younger. This could not be, and it would be dangerous for one to fast if eating were natural and food were needed to sustain the body.
Let's pause there for a moment. So, more proof that eating is not only a habit, but a bad one, appears in the fact that a sick man often begins at once to recover when given no food and even shows signs of growing younger. Now, this is interesting because Hilton Hotema is talking about in this book, in this particular section of the chapter, Man Eats to Die, which is very blunt. He doesn't pull punches in these books at all. He said, the world is flooded with books on food and feeding, and we know this. But he said, no one seems to realize that eating is not even natural, but an acquired habit like smoking and drinking. So just think of the lifestyle, the style of living that we adopt. Think of the things that we do just because we feel it is necessary to do. Think of the things that are passed down from generation to generation. Just think of that vibration. Think of all the things that we do just because our parents always did it, their parents always did it, and their parents always did it. So why not me? Why not I? Right? We never question. We never try to go against the grain. We never really use our brain when it comes to deviating from a pattern or a habit, a habitual ritual that we have sustained over time. You know, I've been in multiple restaurants, and sometimes I even write my books in fast food restaurants just to be in the atmosphere and to witness, you know, what I'm writing about. And I'll notice, you know, men, women, and children, and I'll see men, you know, taking big chunks of hamburger and trying to feed their little baby, you know, feed their toddler, or to, you know, feed a really young human this dense substance. I've even seen people, you know, take whole chickens, like just try to feed the young one, and you'll see them, you know, like as soon as they have teeth, they're trying to feed them animal flesh as soon as they get teeth. And you wonder to yourself, is this where the habit begins? Is this where the habit starts? Is this the origin of the pain, the craving, the desire, the suffering, the illness, the ailments? Is this the beginning? So I ask myself, when did I acquire certain habits, certain regimens and routines? And if I was able to deviate from that programming, what does that make me? Right? How does that shape me? Would that not wake me out of the slumber that we find ourselves under? The habits that we developed when we were much younger.